Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to a Witchy Wednesday reading. Today we're focusing on the full moon in Libra. So I'm actually going to be following a tarot card spread from a creator called Ethany. So this is not my spread. The one that I do on my newsletter every month, I will be saving that one for the Divine Feminine over on Mystic Moon tomorrow. Okay, so today I'm using Ethany's spread. And we're just going to see what we need to know about this full moon in Libra. So just take what resonates for you, you guys, and get rid of anything that doesn't. The decks I'll be using, I'll let you guys know what they are as I shuffle each deck. All the links will be down below. If you guys are interested in a personal reading with me, you guys can email me at mysticmoonoracles@gmail.com. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Okay, so the very first thing that we're going to focus on is, what does my mind need for healing and balance at this time? So we're going to take a look at that energy. What do our minds need right now when it comes to just balancing it out and experiencing some sort of healing? Let's look at this. So the first deck that we're going to go into is from Fire Witch Tarot. It is called the Witchy Way. So what does our minds need for healing and balance at this time during this full moon in Libra? Okay, we have be wild. It says, never tame that part of you that makes you absolutely fun and entertaining. Be wild and inspire others to let loose. So what I'm getting here, you guys, is that it may be, I'm just gonna have to angle this a little so it doesn't get the glare here of the window behind me. So what do our minds need for healing and balance is for us to let loose. It's for us to perhaps maybe not be so uptight and just be super or hyper focused on our responsibilities. It doesn't mean that we let those things go, but it means that we're giving ourselves permission to just have some fun and relax on our freaking journeys, right? So if you're feeling like it's just like all work and no play, that's definitely making you a dull person, like in The Shining, right? So let's see what else is coming through. What else, what other advice do we need? So I'm just grabbing my cards ahead of time. Okay, what else do we need to know about our healing and balancing of the mind? So this right here is called my Mystic's Midnight Oracle. What energy here? Ooh, we have the Keeper of the Souls, suppressed, lost, and weakened state. So what's interesting, you guys, is that if we're not just allowing ourselves to, just express ourselves and be ourselves and just like do the things that we really enjoy doing, and we're just too busy caretaking, too busy just focusing on all these responsibilities, this is going to actually weaken us. So that's why it says weakened state. The more that you suppress yourself, the more that you try to constantly do the right thing because you're afraid of what other people are going to think or what other people are going to say. You're not living your authentic life. You're not being your true authentic self. All this does is it suppresses you. It causes you to feel lost, and it also creates this weakened state. It's going to end up making you sick. So that's the reason why it says Keeper of Souls. What is keeping your soul contained? Do you feel like you can't be yourself? Do you feel like you have to be someone that you're not? So this is basically telling us that this full moon in Libra is giving us an ability to balance this out and to heal this aspect of ourselves where we feel like we can't be ourselves, right? So this is my Mystic's Midnight Tarot. It is the companion that goes with this deck here. Ooh, we have the Five of Demons, you guys. Five of Swords in this deck. Pick your battles. So the Five of Swords just on its own talks about an unfair situation, but it also talks about being up against a battle. Is it even worth the fight anymore? Is the person or the people or the situation where you're just kind of suppressing your real feelings and not doing the things that you want to do, is it even worth it anymore, right? You almost have to like choose what's more important to you. Are you more important than this cause or this person or situation? You might also have a lot of guilt, right? You might deal with a lot of guilt and shame with admitting that. that you love yourself enough to say, no more. I'm not going to do this. I refuse to be a part of this. I refuse to give you or keep my soul any longer than I've already given you or that you've already taken. So I feel like a lot of you guys might be breaking free. Now, Libra, of course, is all about balance, but it's about relationships as well. It's ruled by Venus. So some of you guys could be dealing with family members, friends, romantic situations, whatever it is where you feel like you're constrained right now, you might want to break free. And it might be that you're scared to do that because the Five of Demons usually, or swords, can indicate that someone doesn't like it when all of a sudden you decide to go outside of the box, or when you decide to lay healthy boundaries and take care of yourself. So they'll even become more enraged and start to mess with you more. Some of you guys might feel scared. Some of you guys might know that you're dealing with a manipulative person that's going to try to do something if you try to escape them. So I feel like there is this feeling for some of you guys where you really long to break free from whatever this is that's keeping you in this state, and you're really wanting to take back your power. And I feel like there's an opportunity to heal something within, so that way we can start to address why we have given this person our power. Because in this dress, I'm not sure if you guys could see it, she's got all these souls that are trapped inside of her. So someone, and it's not saying that someone actually has power over you, because they don't, but we've given them our power because we believe that we can't escape them, or we believe that they're in control, or we believe that if we cross them that we're going to be sorry that we did. And there could be someone like that that's actually making you feel that way for sure. And let's just face it, there are some rotten ass people out in the world that if you do cross them, then there will be hell to pay, unfortunately. But that's why it says pick your battles. You got to kind of pick, is it worth being in the suppressed state any longer? Or are we going to take back our power and just kind of deal with the consequences? It's like there's some kind of choice here. So now we're going to go into my Oracle of Chance deck. I love this. Your higher power is leading you towards what is best for you. So some of you guys are praying. Some of you guys could be working with Christ energy with the cross. Some of you guys could just really you're relying on your higher power to lead the way with whatever is best for you. So if there's something that seems to be keeping you down, or it seems to be suppressing you, or you're giving something your power, it may be that you're praying for the guidance, and your higher power is going to start leading you to what's best for you. So some of us might feel like, no, I want to stay in this fight. No, I want to continue to battle here because that's what I feel like I have to do. But if you're being shown a bunch of signs that it's best for you to just walk away from this fight, that's your higher power that's leading you towards what's best for you. So you do have to be open to listening to that, or seeing the signs when they come, because the ego can say, no, I need to keep fighting. I need to do this. I need to do that. And it's like, actually, your best bet is to pull out of this battle. You have to pick your battles wisely, because something is weakening your system. Staying connected to something is keeping you from living your best life. And you have to determine whether or not it's worth it anymore to stay in this fight. So I don't know who that's for. And it's funny because on the bottom of the deck, we have rabbit. Now we have the Easter coming up, which is the Easter bunny and the rabbit and springtime, right? Time is running out. Like, how much more time are we going to give to this situation or person? How much more time are we going to expend just basically losing ourselves and getting nowhere? So the rabbit is saying time is running out, you guys. So it might even be that we make this decision by Easter. And I know not everybody celebrates, but it's just by Easter. And I think it's interesting because technically Easter is connected to, it's pagan, but it's also connected to and was adopted for the resurrection of Christ, you know? So that right here, to me, it's like we're resurrecting from the old. We're resurrecting from the old dead state, or something that's just dead and just needs to be laid to rest. We're resurrecting, and from that we're getting stronger and we're moving forward. So I feel like that's significant here. I really do. Very significant. So now I have this new little deck called Night School. Okay. So I have never used it in a reading before. I did mess around with it last night, but I just feel like, let's use it today and let's just see what it says. What else do we need to know about our mind that needs healing and balance? In what ways could we do this? We have observed a pattern. Interesting. Make it your new normal to pay attention to the size of the wind. The flight paths of the birds and the whispers of the leaves, they all have a story to tell if you're willing to listen. So observe a pattern. Of course, with what this is saying, it could be take the time to sit in nature and really observe the small things. Observe that everything does have a pattern. But what I'm really getting from this, you guys, is that you have been going around in the same circle, in the same pattern for a long time. What does this tell you about you? At some point, we have to realize that it's up to us on what we choose to stay connected to, or if we break the pattern, that wild energy, be wild and break this pattern and just see what's waiting for you on the other side. Because as long as you stay stuck in the situation, all you're doing is weakening your position anyways. So we're not really winning. It's like we think we're winning. We think we're getting somewhere, but we're really not. So it's just an exhaustive cycle, and we need to get off the hamster wheel. That's what I'm seeing here. So that's how we're going to balance our mind. So what does my mind need for healing and balance? We need to admit that there might be a situation that's just better off not being fought, or the fight's not worth it, or that we can choose to take back our power in a situation if we really, really, want to apply ourselves and either do that work or want to. So that's what we have. So let's now take a look and see, what do our bodies need for healing and balance? So this could be physical world energy. All right. So that was our mental state. There could be something, like I said, that's like coming in that's just wrecking havoc on our minds and weakening our minds at this point. So this is our physical body, or just the physical world in general. Let's see what we need to know here. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? Forever young. Okay. Just because we grow up doesn't mean we can't allow our imagination to play and wonder. Tapping into your inner child will forever keep your spirit alive. So I think what this is trying to tell us, you guys, is that even though we might be getting older, right? I mean, I'm 47. I'll be 48 this year. Ooh, I'm going to be 50 before I know it. But the thing is, it's not really about our physical bodies. I mean, yeah, are there certain things that I can't do anymore? Yes. Okay, it's just a freaking fact. But that doesn't mean that I still can't dream. And it doesn't mean that I can't tap into my inner child even at this older age and still do things that bring me joy, and to do that inner child, just work and really enjoy myself. So like, dyeing Easter eggs, right? That's something that I used to do as a kid. I still do it even as an adult. So it's still something that, I definitely plan to do. So there's things that you do that even though you might be physically older, you still partake in those things because it brings you great joy. So I really like that. Also too, I feel like, well, let me just keep going, but I feel like some of us, we're not comfortable with where we're at. Okay. We're not comfortable where we're at. So sometimes, we might look at our skin, we might look at our bodies, with different hormones and things like that and say, wow, you know what, when I was younger, I used to just starve myself for a couple of days and I would drop 10 pounds. Woo! Not when you're 47. It doesn't work that way anymore. It's almost like, wait a second, I gained 10 pounds when I starved myself this time. So it's just one of those things where, let's just say you have an event to go to, or you just, want to start improving the way that you're feeling about yourself. I feel like there's something about the inside. There's something deeper going on where it's not that we can't improve ourselves on the outside and that's something's wrong with that. It's just that when we go into all these things such as plastic surgery or fillers and, having to keep up with these 20-year-olds on, fucking Instagram, it's like we have to ask ourselves, is like what we're thinking that looks good, or what we're thinking that the world is responding to, is that really a true reflection of who we are inside? So I'm kind of speaking from personal experience here. If you guys are experiencing that yourself, it becomes harder and harder with social media and the things that people deem to be beautiful. And I think that it can be a struggle for people that are especially aging. We have Devil's Inferno. Torture, bondage, punishment. Ooh. So, of course, the devil in tarot is all about the outside, the outer world, materialism, things that we feel are going to make us happy. I'm going to tell you guys, there were two times in my life where I was doing extremely well. And it's funny because I was able to buy pretty much whatever I wanted. I mean, I'm not talking like I couldn't buy a freaking mansion. I couldn't buy like a Lamborghini. I'm not talking about stuff like that because I don't care about that kind of shit anyways. But I was very comfortable. But I was so miserable deep down inside. First time for sure. Oh my God. Absolutely miserable. Skeleton of a soul. And then the second time, which was really just a couple of years ago, it's not that I was miserable. It's just that I didn't have any time for myself. And so I just was a machine. And it basically made me miserable in the end. And then it didn't last. So it's just one of those things where we realize that looks come and go. Money comes and goes. Our life comes and goes, right? So it's all really deep down on the inside that we really need to be focused on. If we're not happy on the inside, it doesn't matter how much shit we do to ourselves. It doesn't matter how much weight we lose. It doesn't matter what we, put in our house or car we drive or clothes we put on our bodies or bags that we carry. None of that shit is really going to make you feel like a better person. It's just not going to. So when it comes to our bodies, I feel like we're being asked to love ourselves in our current state right now. And that can be really difficult, I think, for people to just be okay with who they are and not loathe themselves and hate themselves because they're no longer this young body that they used to be. So it's very interesting. Interesting the way it's coming through. I was talking about, remember I was just saying the skeleton of the soul, Lord of Bones. This is the Knight of Pentacles, methodical moves. First of all, the Knight of Pentacles is connected to the sign of Virgo, okay? And Virgos are all about hard work and dedication and determination and being extremely disciplined. So it's interesting because my moon is in Virgo, but my sun and my rising are in Sagittarius. What a freaking battle this is, right? The Sagittarius in me just wants to live life to the fullest and wants to live in the moment and all this crap. And then my Virgo's like, no, you've got to reel that in and you've got to do this and you've got to do that. But the thing is, the only way that you're going to get places is if you have structure. And that's really what this card is about. It is about hard work and it is about structure. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to achieve certain things in the material world. It's not like money is bad. That's not even what it's about. And it's not like, oh my gosh, wanting to look good is bad, evil. That's not what it is. But the thing is, to what degree are we obsessed or feel like is that our only motivation? Because what are we going to do when we get there? What are we going to do when we have all the money? What are we going to do when we, have all that plastic surgery? These are just examples. Or have all those clothes. I guarantee you when you get there, it's still not going to be enough. There's still going to be something that's just kind of like, oh, well, this is cool, but what else is there? You know what I mean? It's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top. And I feel like there is a reason why we have so many famous people in the world that, they do have these issues and problems. And us normal folks sit back and go, oh gosh, your life is just so tough with all that money and fame. But it's like, man, until you've tasted that, until you understand what that is, you have no idea what those people are actually going through. So everybody is human at the end of the day. Everybody will die at the end of the day. There is no amount of money or plastic surgery that's going to change that. So I just feel like what this is trying to tell us, you guys, is that we have to be okay with where we're at because we're all made of bones. We're all made of flesh and blood and bones. We're all made up of the same stuff, but it just depends on what you value, what you place your value into. So if this is all that matters to you is looking good on the outside or having all the money and fame and power in the world, then obviously that's your thing. That's what's important to you. But this is about kind of reeling in some of that feeling of I'll be happy when. Let's try to be happy right now. Let's try to be happy with what we have right now. I'm going to tell you guys right this second, all the stuff that I'm telling you right now, this is my message as well, because I am personally struggling right now with all of these things that I just mentioned. So it's definitely it takes one to know one. A lot of the things that I bring to my channel are because things I've personally go through. I'm never preaching to you guys from shit that I haven't gone through myself. So that's what I'm saying. If you're resonating with this, I feel like Spirit does use me sometimes, well, most of the time, to convey some of these messages, because when you know people that are also struggling with these things, you don't feel so alone, right? We have Cupid. Arrows of love are coming your way. Now, this doesn't just have to be romantic love. This is about loving yourself, right? Loving yourself. So we can show that same love to ourselves that we're looking to get with other people. How many times have we felt like that way in our lives? Like, if we just looked better, then we would attract the right partner. How about this? How about we just love ourselves for who we are right now? That is an energy. And that energy, even though you might not feel perfect on the outside, is something that people really pick up. I remember I had this good friend. I don't want to say her name because, we're really good friends, but she was not, she was just a little plump. But I remember, like, when I first met her, like, she just had her baby and stuff, so maybe it's just like still that baby weight. But the way that she carried herself and the way that she just had her energy and her style, I was just like, wow, right? She just looks so good. Actually, there's two people that I know like this. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what their weight is. They just have it. It's a freaking energy. It's a freaking vibe, you guys. It really is. So I just feel what Spirit is saying is that if we can change our energy field, then we can certainly start attracting to us. But we've got to start with us. So we've got to emulate that love for ourselves first before we can really attract in other people that are going to properly love us too. So let's practice properly loving our bodies now and our physical world and our environment and everything that's going on for us right now. So that way other people can unconditionally love us too. How can we expect someone else to unconditionally love us when we can't even do it for ourselves? And not everybody is suffering with this, so just skip this message if it doesn't resonate. All right, let's go ahead and get another message here. Unleash your senses. So it says, open yourself fully to the night, allowing all your senses to sing simultaneously. Breathe into it. Gently notice how your nighttime knowings differ from the knowings of your daytime self. So I really like this. This is talking about taking a step outside tonight. So I woke up this morning and Mr. Moon said, hey, you got to go outside and you got to look at that full moon. It was incredible. But I plan to be outside tonight because I'm going to set up my freaking tea and everything that I have for the ritual in the monthly newsletter. And I'm going to go ahead and get my ritual ready. So I'm going to let my tea bag and my crystals, some cards, absorb all of that moonlight energy tonight. You bet your ass I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to go outside and I'm going to sit there. I'm going to meditate. It's going to be amazing. So I definitely invite you guys to also do the same exact thing, because I just feel that it's very important for you to just experience the difference between being outside during the day under the sun's energy and then being outside under the moonlight, the feminine's energy, right? That feminine energy is all about our intuition, our dreams, our senses, because you can't really see at night. So you have to rely on these other senses to kind of, get you through. So I really like that representation there. So anyways, guys, I know that was kind of, just a little in your face, especially if you guys are not loving yourselves. But some of you guys do not have those issues. So, don't even have to worry about that. So what does my soul need? Yeah. What does my soul need for healing and balance? Let's look at this. What does the soul need for healing and balance at this time? We have premonitions. So this says strong visions and feelings of what's to come, what to avoid, and mentally seeing something you can't explain, being highly aware of the unknown. This is another reason, you guys, to spend some time outside at night. Doesn't have to just be under the full moon, but really maybe just, take your nightcap or your tea or whatever. It's not something you have to do every night, but make it more of like a regular ritual for you to spend that time outdoors under the stars, because this is where you're really going to tap into your senses for sure. And it doesn't have to just be outdoors. You can definitely do this in a candlelit room, when you just kind of dim everything down and you're really just relying pretty much on your thoughts and your visions and these downloads that want to come to you. So this is going to be soothing for your soul, you guys, is what I'm seeing here. Soothing for the soul. Look at this, you guys. And it's not to say you guys want to use a spirit board, because I understand that there's some people that absolutely think that this is not a good idea. So we're not pushing that idea at all, but it does say ghost, mediumship, and communication. Spirit does want to communicate to you. Absolutely. Okay. So this, on a soul level, this would be very soothing for your soul, is to communicate with spirit when you are in this quiet place, when you're making this time to connect. So I feel like you guys definitely have to carve out some special time for yourself where it's just you and you don't have any distractions. You're turning off your phone and you're able to connect. This could be meditation. This could be just even doing some, card readings where you're connecting with your spirit team. I think this would be a beautiful practice for you guys. And of course, some of you might already feel like you are communicating with the other side, passed over loved ones, mediumship, etc. So this is definitely something that would be good for the soul. Look at you, the Chariot, Cancer's energy, full moon, baby. Look at your, so it's such a little witch you. So the bats, of course, to me are all about our senses, trusting our senses, and also our intuition, our third eye. So this is forward momentum. We are moving towards something. So to me, this is premonitions of the future, basically the direction that you want to be going. So you're going to be getting some sort of advice on what's just ahead, or, certain directions to take if you guys are wondering about something. So this would be really good for your soul to connect, as well as strengthen your third eye in this area. I love it. This could also be you have a premonition of somewhere you want to travel, somewhere you want to move. This is information that's coming to you because it would be good for your soul. Look at this. Rose, a wish will be granted. This is like you're getting your wish is coming true. You're getting the answer, which is yes. You're getting the green light to go. That is what I'm seeing here in this reading for sure. So definitely you guys work with your spirit team, work with your senses, strengthen that third eye, because you're getting very accurate with what's coming through. The accuracy is undeniable. And we have write a stellar story. It says, imagine lying on your back staring up at the night sky, which is something I was just talking about. The modern world falls away. Maybe it's 2,000 years ago, maybe 2 million. If you had no scientific knowledge of the universe, what story might you tell about the stars and their relationship to the earth and you? So this is about giving yourself some food for thought. It could even be that you start to write a story outside. So maybe if you have like a little lantern, a little like light or whatever, this would be a really nice time for you to write under the stars. This could be like you writing in your journal before you go to bed, under the stars. This will be really soothing and good for your soul. It's almost like your soul is speaking to you. Your higher self is communicating with you and speaking to you, and under the stars. So that's pretty cool, you guys. Love that energy. All right, so now we're going to look into what self-care act are you being called to take right now? What self-care act are you being called to take right now? We have dead inside. Interesting. It's so funny that I was talking about skeleton soul, and here it is. I felt dead inside. Some of the most profitable, abundantly just financial times in my life, I felt like a fucking zombie. Just had to say that. Stop putting on a lively front when you feel dead inside. Start bringing yourself back to life again. Resurrect that part of you that has been killed. Live again, bitch. That's pretty good. So you guys, that's pretty straight up. I don't know if there are some of you that just feel like it is just pointless. You just feel like crap. You just feel like, what's the frickin' point? I just want you to know you're not alone. There are just a lot of people right now that are just going through it. And I don't know why. I think there's a lot of reasons, just with like different things happening in the world and just different times. And I don't know. It's just pretty intense, but definitely a lot of people going through it. And I just feel like what this is telling us about our self-care is that we are being called to bring back some aspect of ourselves that makes us happy. And I feel like that's probably why we started the reading with this one. Be wild. What is causing you to suppress your soul? Literally, it's like your soul inside feels dead. You're hiding it under something or in someone. You've given your soul to something. Spirit saying it's time to take it back. Whatever's causing you to feel like you're dead, it's time to take it back. It's time to take back your life. I don't know what that is for everybody. It's going to be different, but there is something major that we need to change, because if we don't, it's just going to keep getting worse. We're just really going to constantly feel like we're just zombies, right? Butcher knife, run for the hills, take cover and escape. Yeah, this is about basically, we're not really taking a knife, but it's like taking a sword and cutting away from this dead energy. It's kind of like that movie Kill Bill, and I think it was number 2, where she's literally buried alive and she finds a way with something that she was taught, this wisdom from, I think, that teacher Pai Mei, and she takes her fist and she pounds through the coffin and she basically crawls out of the grave. So where there's a will, there's a way, right? This is about finding out whatever it's going to take for you to be able to escape this dead situation, or whatever the situation that is causing you to feel absolutely like a zombie inside. We need to run for the hills. We need to get the hell out of Dodge right now, because it's killing our souls. It's suppressing us. Eight of Hell, which is the Eight of Wands, a card of movement and travel. Things taking flight, yes. So some of you guys are literally traveling and moving away from whatever this dead situation is, or whatever is killing your soul. So you can do it, you will do it, or you are doing it, or some of you have already done it. So this is a good for you, because this is going to help really restore a lot of things in your life. Perfume, instant chemistry and attraction with someone. And I really like this, because what you're doing is you're shifting the chemistry and the frequency in you. So it's almost like it sounds funny. It's almost like we have this skunk ass energy on us right now, right? The perfume of the skunk, which is very pungent. And what do you want to do when you smell it? You want to run for the hills because you don't want to get sprayed, right? So to me, what we're doing is we are shifting the scent. It's no longer something that's foul. We are changing this chemistry makeup within us to where it's going to be sweet. And then we're going to attract other people that are not this, either controlling, manipulative, empty, don't want the same things that we want. It's going to be chemistry instead of, like this. It's just something that's not working, basically. So we're sweetening up our souls here with this move, or with this action that we're going to be taking. We have shake, rattle, and roll. Grab a rattle. Ooh, I like this. Rattle all around yourself and as you move your body. Oh my gosh, I love this. Visualize any stuck energies vibrating right out. If something feels like it needs an extra shake or two, trust the sensation and rattle a little more. You guys, this is amazing. Go to the Dollar Tree and get a freaking rattle. It does not have to be some, really cool antique, Native American rattle that you buy in the store that's made of real leather for like $200. We're not talking about, it doesn't have to be like this spiritual item. It can either be even something that you concoct on your own. You can take some beads and put them in a can or something. You can even use your hands and clap the energy away, or just any kind of a noisemaker. But that's the point. It's breaking up the vibration. It's breaking up the energy. and you're clearing something from your system so you can get the hell out of Dodge. That way you can move forward once again. Because I feel like there's something that's holding you guys back, and it's an energy or a belief system that you're stuck or that you can't live without something, and Spirit wants you to sweeten up this energy so that way you can start attracting things to you that you will really enjoy. So as usual, there's always some challenging, harsh message here, but I guess that's just, it's just the way that I roll. So anyways, let's go ahead and finish this reading with what is our major lesson right now. So what is the biggest takeaway here from everything that has come through? What's the biggest takeaway? Wave your wand. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. Wave your wand. So this says here, organize and declutter. The magic is in your hands to make those changes. It will help to renew the energy for a fresh new start. Do you guys see this? It's amazing. Because what are wands? Wands are redirecting energy or directing energy, right? The tools. So, you have the athame and, you have like just different tools that are going to cut things away. But then the wand is going to be used in order to direct energy and in order to empower yourself and attract things to you. So that's just why I feel like now we're holding this wand. We had this butcher knife before, not really, but like the knife, magical tool. And now we have the wand in our hands. And the wand is saying that you can change things at any time. You can start to organize your life and declutter a lot of the crap that no longer serves you. So that way you can start to bring in these new, fresh changes that want to basically serve you in a positive way. We absolutely can. So the power is actually in your hands, which is what Spirit's major message is here to us at the very end. Oh my gosh, I love this. Dragon, supernatural, powerful, and strength. You got it, baby. So your power animal right now might be the dragon. And sometimes dragons get a bad rap. Like, oh my God, dragons are really scary, especially in the West. Eastern, not so much. It's very, very powerful, very positive, and very just blessed energy. So I just feel like you guys are getting the blessings of the dragon. But see, to me, the dragon's both shadow and light like anything else. Just like we're shadow and light. The dragon, if you mess with it, can breathe fire, can basically destroy, but it can also use its power and its strength for positive changes as well, and to get the things that you want in this life. So I just feel like you guys definitely have this backing of the dragon at your dispense. So you're holding up healthy boundaries, but that you're also not closing yourself off to new opportunities either. So you're finding that middle ground, which I love. So the major lesson here, you guys, is that you're strong. Now we have death. There are positive things that come from endings. Death is Scorpio's energy. But the thing is, we've got to be willing to lay something to rest. So remember the Five of Swords that came up at the very beginning of the reading? That was telling us that it's something that we're trying to fight or we're trying to win. And I'm not here to tell you guys you can't win. But at the end of the day, it's like what you're fighting for or what you're trying to stay like attached to, it's probably not going to make you happy in the end anyways. And so it's like you might as well just go ahead and cut your losses while you can and lay this to rest now, because it's probably not meant to serve you in a positive way any longer. And maybe for some of you, it's never served you in a positive way. It's meant to cause you pain. It's meant to, in a way, torture you. It's kind of like, how much, and now the devil's coming through, Devil's Inferno. Check it out. How long are you going to torture yourself? How long are you going to remain bonded to the situation? How long are we going to punish ourselves, right? So, or how long are we going to allow someone to, just punish us, whatever this is? Could be guilt. Or do we say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm laying it to rest. I'm done with this situation. It's gone. It's over. It's time for me to pick myself up and start living my life once again. And I don't know what that means for everybody, but just take it as it resonates. So we've got this chance on this full moon in Libra to really, really take back some major power. Ooh, we have trust your vibes, the spine. A lot of stuff about bones. Okay, so we do have the skeleton here. And we did get the skeleton chick. And then, of course, I said something about a soul of bones, right? Yeah, trust your vibes. So you guys know what this is. You guys know what this is. And that's why we have this spirit working with you. You're getting some sort of communication. It is your intuition as well as spirit that is sending you signals of what either this is, whatever it is that you need to do, what moves you need to make, or even how you need to protect yourself moving forward with the situation. So if something's just constantly feeling a certain way, spirit is saying here, a major lesson for you is trust those vibes, because maybe some of us didn't. I know in my life, there are certain times where I was like, ugh, I can't believe it. I can't believe that I intentionally took what I knew and said, I don't want to hear it. I already know that spirit's trying to tell me that this ain't for me. I already know that spirit is telling me this is not a good idea, but my ego's like, don't worry, I got this. I'll deal with the consequences because I really want this, or because this feels so good in the moment. Only for me to go, should have trusted those senses, should have never gone down that road. But, sometimes we need to go down roads and fall on our faces like a million times before we finally get it, especially with specific people. So it's just one of those things, But I feel like our major lesson is let's stop doing that. Let's stop ignoring those vibes. Let's trust them when they come up. Last one, notice you're noticing. So it says set a timer for 10 minutes and write as though you're reporting. A squirrel just climbed the oak wow, can I read? Probably not. Okay, let me start over. A squirrel just climbed the oak across the street, or I'm hungry. It says timed writing will help loosen the bindings on your subconscious. So for 10 minutes, you're supposed to write as if you're reporting something, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a look between what is coming from your subconscious or what's coming from from your conscious choice or your conscious mind. So that's kind of interesting here. I feel like there's something about trusting our intuition, because what I was going to say is there's a difference between our ego, what the ego wants, and what the higher self knows. And in the example that I just gave to you guys is that I let my ego take over on certain situations because I wanted it my way, even though I knew better, because my higher self was saying, no, this is bullshit. And you know it. But I was like, I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to do it anyways because maybe I'm a glutton for punishment, Maybe I just want to keep torturing my fucking self. That could be it too. So it's like we are going to remain in this devil's inferno. We do have free will, you guys. We always have that free will choice with what we want to do with our lives while we're here. I can't tell you. No one can tell you. We can either stay here, right? We absolutely can. We can continue to stay here, or we can wave our wand and create a new reality. So that is the biggest lesson and takeaway here at the very end. So anyways, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that reading. All of these messages were just here to empower you guys, especially if you're experiencing some kind of a either stuck situation or you're wanting to improve your life in some way. That's what these readings are for. So anyways, you guys, I hope that it resonated and helped someone out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to see a divine feminine full moon in Libra, the tarot spread that I offer here, as even the ritual for the full moon, it's all included in my newsletter, but I will be doing that over on Mystic Moon tomorrow. So definitely stay tuned. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.